Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Max, coming to you from Team Assume Valid. Today I'm going to be looking at Google Calendar. If you don't know how to use Google Calendar, I will show you the tutorial on that. And if you're not using Google Calendar, you really should. It is a great program. So let's jump right into it here. I'll start off by saying to access Google Calendar, you will need to have a Google account. Now, all Google accounts are cross-platform, so you are able to have a Google account if you already have a YouTube account, you already have a Gmail account, you already are set up with a Google account, and it will work with Google Calendar as well. So let's just jump right in. I'll go to the Google homepage here, and on the Google homepage, you'll know if you're signed into your account. If you look at this top right hand corner and see an icon here, you know that you're signed in if you click on it. But if you're not signed in, it'll show just an empty icon at the top right hand side, and you'll need to click to sign in to your account. To get to Google Calendar, you'll just go to the apps and find Google Calendar. Mine is at the front because I use it often. You click on that and it'll bring you straight to Google Calendar. Now, I like to have Google Calendar in the week view, but there are plenty of different views that you can have, starting with day. If you go to the top right hand side of here, you would just go and click on that and you could choose what view you'd like. There's the day, so you can only see the day in this view, what you have scheduled for today. And then there's the week view, as I'd mentioned, so it shows the whole week. The month view, which shows your entire month. And then there is the year view, shows the entire year. And then one of my favorite ones is the schedule view as well. So if I don't want to see the empty spaces of the times I don't have anything scheduled, it just shows me only the things I have scheduled for that day that I'm looking at. And if you don't like the week view, you just want 4 days, you could do that as well. I'll go back to the week view because that's what I prefer. And so that's what you do to view the different days that you'd like. Now, you can actually move forward and back a week by clicking on these little arrows here. And as well as, let's say you went ahead a lot. If you click on this today, it'll bring you straight back to today. Now, I have this sidebar open, but if you don't have this sidebar open and it looks like this, you would just click on this little sandwich icon here, and that'll bring that up. And this is another way that I can easily jump to different times as well, just by clicking on that calendar. Now, one of the most important parts of Google Calendar is scheduling things. So to schedule things, there's two different ways. You could either click and drag anywhere on the timeline, or you can click this little create button here. I'll start by showing you the click and drag because I do like that feature. So let's say I want something here between 6 and 7:30. I just click and drag and let go of the mouse click button. And then here I have a quick scheduler. Now, if I just wanted to put in something real quick, I could do that and click on save right away, and it will save that as an event. But if I want to adjust it a little bit more, I would just click on this little more options button, and it'll bring this up here. So let's say I didn't want it to be between 6 p.m. and 7:30. Maybe I wanted it to be between 6 and 8 for the perfect 2 hours, which it calculated there for me. I could just change that easily. Then I can add the location. It does sync in with all Google apps, as I would say. So Google Maps is a part of that. So let's say I wanted that to be Sudbury, Ontario. That's where I live. I can enter that in, and then that way in my event, I know exactly where it will be. I could add notifications. I love this feature. You can either email or just get a notification sent, and you could change the time that you'd like a notification for. So if I wanted a notification 1 week in advance and then one 10 minutes, I could do that. And then another one of my favorite features, as you've seen from my calendar, there's a ton of different colors. You could change all the different colors. I like to color code things so that, let's say for digital thinking as a class, I just look and I see this sage color and I know exactly that this video is going to be for digital thinking, because that's how I have everything set up. You could change your availability. I'll get more into that a little bit later, but that is a pretty cool feature as well. And then you could add a description. So if I wanted to be more on what this video is about, I could say filming a video on Google Calendar. Okay, and then that way, when I look into this event, I could see that I will be filming a video on Google Calendar. To save that, I just click on save and you'll see it there. And that's as easy as it gets. There is another function that you can do. To edit a event, you just click on it, and then you just click on this little edit event button. Another thing that you can do though is I could switch this to all day if I'd like. So let's say this was Max's birthday, for an example. It's not typically like an event from 1 to whatever. It's a whole day event. So you want to select all day, and then when you click save, you'll see that it actually shows up at the top of the day, and it doesn't move when you scroll, which is kind of cool. But I don't want it to be all day, so I'll go back in there to edit it, and I'll put film video and save it back. And editing an event is just as easy as that. Okay, so the other cool feature that you can do with Google Calendar is you could actually share your calendar and view other people's calendars. So on this side here, you'll see all my calendars and other calendars. If I want to see all of my calendar, I have all of these ticked off. If I don't want to see, let's say, my tasks, I can remove that, or my calendar itself, I can remove that. But cool, that the sharing of the calendar is a really cool thing. I have my wife's calendar here, so I know if she's doing something, like I could see that right here. So I could toggle that on and off, and I could see that she just went to the dentist today, which is pretty cool. And you could likewise, you could share your own. To do that, you would just go to the calendar you're looking to share, click on these 3 dots, and then you could go to settings and sharing. And then from this menu, you could just scroll down and you can add people or get a shareable link and send them the link. To add people, you just click on that and enter in their email. It's just as easy as that. So Google Calendar is really good for collaboration in that sense. If you're doing anything business related, it's great. Again, it does sync up with all Google applications. So I've got my tasks here that I can do, and you can add a task, film video, and same thing. You can set details for that and add a date and time when you want that notification for that task that you're looking to do. Click OK, and it's synced all together. So I did that for tomorrow. What did I do? Tomorrow 10 a.m. and it'll send me a notification tomorrow 10 a.m. So that is Google Calendar. Hope you got some insight into this. If you're not using Google Calendar and you're a student, this should be your wake-up call to start using it, because it's a great tool for that. And other than that, I hope you're having a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.